Come, Watson. Come. The game is afoot.
Hi, my name is Bob, and I approve this message.
I got the magic in me. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. Everybody knows I got the magic in me. When I hit the floor, the girls come snapping at me. Now everybody wants a blast of magic.
And this is our project. The game is afoot, and we designed something that would show where your weight is being distributed through these load cells, in an attempt to visually display where your pressure is being put and help people's posture. And
Come on, and see the show tonight. Prepare to be astounded, no ghost or poltergeist. You know I'm no Pinocchio, I never told a lie. So call me Mr. Magic Man, I float on cloud nine.
I got the magic in me.
I got the magic, baby.
The circuit begins at our pressure sensors here. So we have an array of 6 pressure sensors on an acrylic foot. And those all feed into a series of 6 amplifiers. So these amplifiers will all have a gain of about 1,000. And so the amplifiers begin. So these 2 resistors here will form a Wheatstone bridge with the pressure sensors, and those will feed into the op-amp. The op-amp here is gauged by a voltage divider and power with a bypass cap. And this 100 ohm resistor here sets the gain to 1,000, as we said. And then these wires take that information and feed it to the Arduino.
After the output from the load cells goes through the amplifier, it goes to the Arduino, which we coded so that it takes in 6 values, one from each of the 6 load sensors. Each of those values is a voltage value, so it starts at 5, and then the lower, the harder you press down, the lower the voltage goes. So the foot stays white. It's coded to stay totally white until you press down on it, because then the voltage is going below the average of 5. So it takes in all those values, calculates an average voltage, and then compares each of the values to the average voltage. So if it's close to the average voltage, it'll be green. If it's a lot lower, it'll be red because you're putting down a lot of pressure. And then if it's a lot higher, it'll be purple. So like as you can see, if I just press down on this one, it turns red while the rest stays green. And you have to give it a good amount of pressure because normally someone would be like standing on it. Yeah.
So one of the problems we had with the LEDs was that the current flowing through them was too high, so we actually almost burnt out one of our LEDs. And then we had to add in 10 kilo ohm resistors to limit the flow and just make the current and just make sure that none of our LEDs burnt out. Okay, so another problem we had with the LEDs is that the material that the LEDs are on is very fragile, and the wires that we soldered on would sometimes snap off, and that was the problem with this LED. After we put on the clear acrylic covering, the joints here broke, and so when you press on the sensor, that one doesn't light up with the other LED it's supposed to be attached to. So we put in this tool to make sure that we were getting enough pressure on it and that the LEDs would light up together. Done.